Well, pipeline politics is the story of the 5-year saga of politics and diplomacy over a major piece of cross-border infrastructure, the proposed Keystone XL pipeline. There'd been another pipeline proposed and approved within 21 months in the Bush administration, and now we're in the 6th year of this project, and no one knows when, if ever, it'll actually be approved. So we wanted to take a closer look at how did we get here? How did a piece of pipeline become a political football in a presidential election and such a big issue between the Canadian and American governments and sort of a shadow over cross-border relations now for several years?
I'd say, Stephen Harper, you're the ones with no brains. It's a no-brainer that we need to accept this. You're the one that don't have no brains. We don't have to accept this. We are Americans, and we do not need your tar sands.
According to our Constitution, we own this property, and we have a right to own this property. And I've never seen any asterisk in the Constitution that says this property is only yours until a big corporation wants it.
Well, to really understand what happened with the Keystone Pipeline, we had to go to Nebraska, 2,000 miles west of Washington, D.C., where the farmers and ranchers and landowners had mounted a campaign against the pipeline and actually persuaded their own Republican governor to oppose the initial proposed route. And it turns out this was a very important piece of the story because Nebraska gave the Obama administration sort of political cover and time to move their decision-making past the presidential election. So Nebraska was a big part of the story of why we're still here all these years later. And we wanted to go there and really meet the people and talk to them about their interests, their land, their homes, the way that they farm, and what the pipeline meant to them. And when we got there, we found that these people were not climate activists. They were conservative Republicans, and they had a whole set of concerns that were very different from what you usually hear about in the big national debates over the Keystone Pipeline. Well, we wanted to tell the story from beginning to end of how it happened, who made it happen, what was motivating them. But beyond that, not just telling the narrative, but asking each key player on every side of the issue, what have you learned? We've been here now for more than 5 years, and everyone's taken away some lessons. The Canadian government, the TransCanada, the corporation, the landowners, the climate organizers, everyone has learned something. And what was interesting to me was when you asked them that, they all have very different and very conflicting lessons that they're taking away from this issue to then use again in the next fight, because it seems to me that there will be many more such disputes over energy infrastructure as we go forward.